Hello, welcome to my Minecraft tutorial. This is episode number 4, I believe, in my redstone series. And in this episode, we're going to cover logic gates. Now, logic gates are part or a whole of a circuit, which an input, which I'm going to use a lever because that's easiest, because you just kind of flip it on and off, is going to be the power source, which is the input. And then I'm going to use a redstone lamp is the output or the mechanism component. So let's look at specific types of logic gates. So first of all, let me tell you something. So originally I had recorded this New Year's Eve, I believe, but then I ended up by accident cutting most of the video, so I had to redo all of that, and that's what I'm going to do today. So anyway, let's get started. So this gate right here is the input/output gate. You just can make it any way you want with just the input redstone. Only redstone is the transmission component. That's the most important thing. And then the redstone lamp, no redstone torches. So when the input's on, the output's on. When the input is off, the output is off. Okay, so now let's look at the NOT gate, which is the exact opposite. So by default, it's on, and that's because the redstone torch is powering it. When this goes on, it powers this redstone, which when a redstone torch is powered, when the redstone torch gets powered, the actual torch does not power anything. So this is powering the redstone torch, which turns it off, which turns the lamp off. So it's the exact opposite of that. Now let's look at the OR gate. It's called the OR gate because you can do this or this, and they both come on. This lever or that lever, and when both of them are on, the output is also on. So that's the OR gate. Let's look at the NOR gate. It's called the NOR gate because when this lever nor this lever are on, then the output's off. The only way to have it on is when both levers are off. So now let's look at the AND gate. So this one's a little bit more complicated. As you could see, these ones were pretty simple. This one's just like that, and then this one's just like the OR gate, except with an inverter there. But the AND gate's a little bit more complicated. So, like the OR gate and NOR gate, it works with two levers. Both of these levers have to be on in order for that to turn on. So, how you build it, simply you just place 3 blocks here, levers on either side of them, redstone torches on the top sides, redstone in the middle, and then redstone torch on the other side of the redstone with redstone connecting to the output. And that's the simplest way to do it. You may want to do it expansive when you're doing certain circuits, but anyway, you get the idea. So what's happening here is when this lever is on, it turns that off, but this is still on, turning that off. Because again, on has a bigger priority than off. But when both of them are on, then there are no redstone torches powering this, so therefore that's on. So now let's take a look at the NAND gate. This is the exact opposite of the AND gate. You make it very similar to the AND gate, except instead of a redstone torch, you just place redstone. So it's basically like the AND gate, except without the redstone torch. So let's see how it works. By default, it's on. The only way to get it off is with both levers to be on. And let's look at the XOR gate. Now, this is the most complicated version of the XOR gate. This is how you had to do it before 1.5, the redstone update. So I'm not going to go too into this because this is not the simplest way, but it's all kinds of redstone torches and redstone, as you can see. But anyway, let's get into how this works. The levers have to be in exact opposite positions in order for it to work. I can't talk today. So if this one's on, I guess I should say by default it's off, but when this one turns on, the output's on. But when both inputs are on, the output is off. Same with either lever. So that's how that works, but this is a much simpler way. So you basically just put comparators here, which can compare the signal or subtract it. In this case, you're going to right-click it so it goes into subtraction mode, where it subtracts the power coming from both its sides to the one coming from its backs. But anyway, this works the same way. How you build it is you place 2 comparators. There are redstone surrounding it except for the corners, and these 2 corners place levers, and then make a redstone line connecting to the output. So this works the same way. By default, it's off. When one lever is on, the output's on, but when both are on, the output is off. Now let's look at the XNOR gate, and yep, you guessed it right, it's the exact opposite. So by default, it's on. When one lever goes off, it's off. Then when one goes on, it turns off. But then when the other turns on, it turns back on again. So it's the exact opposite. The only way to get it off is to have them in different positions, and it'll be on if they're in the same position. Okay, so that's basically the logic gates. Now I'm going to show you one example. The XOR gate might be complicated and kind of daunting, so I'm going to just show you a use for it. So I've tried to cover this up to make it beautiful. So I made this little thing, and there's an illusion that it's actually meant to be there, but there's actually redstone going. I'll show you. Redstone's traveling to the other side, and I'll show you how this works in just a sec. Let me just cover that back up. So I'm just going to go in here. I'm going to flick that lever. The door opens and say there's this huge house, which I have no time to make and I don't even care about. Then when you flick that lever, it goes off, and then you can do whatever you want in your house. Then when you want to come back out of it, then you turn that on. And I'm just going to turn it off again to satisfy my OCD. So basically how I did this is I put an XOR gate here, as you can see, and then I made redstone travel all the way to the other side. You probably don't have to do it to the other side. There's probably a much simpler way to just do it on this side, but I just kind of did it that way because I don't know. But anyway, so let me tell you one thing. When I was recording this, it was New Year's Eve, and I decided to do something cool, but it's not today, of course, but because this was originally for New Year's Eve, I have a little surprise. See that structure over there? And you guessed it right, it's TNT. If you recall, in the second episode, the one about power, I believe, we exploded 1 TNT. Now this is 5 times 5 times 5, which is 125. So this is 125 in TNT exploded. When I had previously recorded this, I did the same thing, but I did it closer and destroyed a little bit of the logic gates, and that took forever to clean up. You won't believe how long. Hours and hours and hours. But anyway, let's just get this going. So I'm going to flick the lever. Oh, I guess I'll say one thing about TNT. When TNT explodes, it'll affect TNT surrounding it, and those will shoot out in the air and explode. So let's just set the time to 1,000. Eventually, I'm going to show you how to make an automatic time setter using command blocks, but not right now. So let's try this. 3, 2, 1. Step back! Step back! Step back! Step back! It's going! It's going! Oh no! 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 Lag! 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 Oh my gosh! There's TNT everywhere! Everywhere! And look at that destruction. Can you imagine how long that would take to clean up? And yes, I did just that. So as you can see, there was the big crater here, but then there were small craters, and that was from the big TNT exploding the little mini tiny pieces of TNT and making the craters. And there's this weird, just very small crater here, and I don't know what that's for, but anyway, I'm going to say goodbye over here. Let's see. Is there anything we want to say? I don't think so, but I'm just going to do a little bit spoiler alert for next episode. In next episode, I'm not going to tell you exactly, but just give you an idea. We are going to do something. We're going to do actual useful stuff. Right, so far we've just learned stuff and it's been boring, like, whatever, if you know about redstone, but we're actually going to do some designs. Yay! And then after that, we'll get back into pulse circuits and clocks and stuff like that. Then we're going to do a few more designs, and then we're going to maybe eventually we'll even get into full adders and computers and stuff, but I'm not even that advanced yet. We could get into multipliers, I guess, but I'm not that advanced in hoppers and comparators either, so. But anyway, this series is mostly the basics of redstone, or at least at the beginning, right? But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Have a great day, and bye-bye.